Nothing in this podcast or on our website should be construed as medical advice. Consult your healthcare provider for your individual nutritional and medical needs. The information presented is based on our research and is strictly that of the author and not necessarily those of any professional group or other individual.
Hi, I'm Sue Becker from Bread Beckers. Welcome to Sue's Healthy Minutes. I'm so excited you've joined me today, and I hope this episode encourages you and allows you to find the answers you have been praying for the health of you and your family. It's finally summer, and though we are experiencing cooler than normal days for mid-June here in Georgia, I know that hotter days are coming. Summertime often gives us a break from our normal routines and is usually filled with more outside activities. While the hot, fun in the sun activities make summertime more enjoyable, these activities make it more important than ever to stay fully hydrated. In episode 8 of Sue's Healthy Minutes, Drink More Water, I shared how drinking water is an important step in our healthy living lifestyle, just as important as the food we eat. If you missed that episode, I encourage you to go back and listen. But today, with the hot days of summer approaching, it's the perfect time to give another reminder of the role water plays in keeping us functioning at our best. Without water, human beings simply could not survive. Of all forms of nourishment, water is the most vital. Yes, even more important than our real bread. A person can survive up to several weeks without food, but without water, we would perish in a matter of days. Water is essential not only for our hydration, but also for many bodily processes. It's also a vital source of minerals. A very large percentage of our bodies is actually made up of water. In fact, most of the cells of our body are about 80% water, while our blood plasma is as much as 90%. So, it is essential that our water intake is sufficient to meet our body's needs. While most foods do contain some water, especially fruits and vegetables, and surprisingly, even bread, it is vital that we supplement our intake with regular drinks of water throughout the day for the body to gain the optimal levels of hydration. Our bodies actually lose water every day through natural processes. The three main routes of this water loss is perspiration, urination, and bowel elimination. The fluid loss through perspiration or sweating depends on a number of factors, such as the environmental temperature, humidity, and the extent of our physical exertion in that heat. The volume of sweat lost when we were at rest in cool environment is negligible. But when exercising or simply being active, especially in elevated temperatures, or even during sickness with a fever, the volume of water lost increases significantly. A person working outdoors in the summer heat, for example, could lose up to 5 liters of water simply through sweating. That's more than 1 gallon, which is more than 2 times the amount of water that most people consume in an average day. In this situation, it is critical that we gradually replace the water loss by remembering to drink water throughout these times of extreme loss. Another route that water takes to leave our bodies is through urination. When we take in more water than our body needs at the moment, the excess is eliminated through the kidneys in the form of urine. Drugs such as diuretics or drink ingredients such as caffeine can cause us to eliminate more water than normal and therefore actually promote dehydration rather than hydration. A small amount of water is also lost through normal bowel elimination as water is absorbed into the colon. But bouts of diarrhea can cause dehydration, but more importantly, chronic diarrhea from overstimulation of peristalsis movement of the colon can be very problematic, causing large amounts of water to be lost from the body daily. The fiber found in real bread from freshly milled whole grains, along with an adequate consumption of water, can help to correct these chronic bowel issues and make good hydration possible. Unfortunately, most people do not drink enough fluids, and those who do often drink the wrong kinds, especially in the summertime when a cold, bubbly, or flavored drink or sweet iced tea, if you're from the South, seem to be preferred. Despite the fact that these beverages do contain water, most contain lots of sugar or artificial sweeteners, as well as caffeine. Caffeine serves as a diuretic, which actually depletes the body of valuable water by increasing urine production. These beverages, along with alcoholic ones, again promote dehydration of the body rather than hydration. The benefits of drinking water are often overlooked despite the fact that a lack of water can have serious impacts on our health, much more than we may think. Besides quenching our thirst, water is essential for maintaining proper body temperature. It acts as a lubricant to our joints, our muscles, and skin, and enables a variety of chemical reactions to take place. In maintaining our proper body temperature, water has what is known as a high specific heat, which means that it takes a relatively large amount of energy to raise its temperature. Consequently, water within the body helps the body to resist great fluctuations in body temperature. When our body temperature rises even slightly, water in the body enables the body to be cooled, whether in response to a fever or in hot weather or physical exertion, as it is pushed out of the body in the form of sweat. This sweat, now on the surface of our skin, cools the body as the sweat evaporates. It's amazing the way we were created. Water also serves as a protective lubricant within the body. For example, the tears produced in our eyes protects the surface of the eye from irritation by the rubbing against the skin of our eyelids. Water also forms a cushion within our joints and between our organs to protect them from trauma, as in the spinal fluid around our brain. The many chemical reactions that constantly take place in our bodies could not happen without water. The molecules that bring life to our body must be first dissolved in water before they can react. In addition, our cell membranes rely on water for the movement of enzymes into and out of our cells. These enzymes are essential to cell function, and without essential water, these reactions couldn't even occur. Water's ability to mix with other substances make it the perfect medium to transport nutrients into and out of our cells and for carrying waste away from our cells through body fluids such as plasma. Because of water's vital importance to the life of every cell in our body, God created a number of regulatory systems to ensure that our body fluids are kept in perfect daily balance, but also when this balance is upset due to illness or extreme heat or whatever may be causing a dehydrated state. There is a unique area of our brain designed for just such a function. It is called the hypothalamus. Our thirst sensation is controlled by our hypothalamus. Through various mechanisms, our body is constantly monitoring its water levels by responding to both blood volume and its concentration. If the blood volume becomes low and or the concentration high, chemical messages will be sent to the hypothalamus telling it that water in our system either needs to be conserved, held onto, or our intake increased, depending on the signal. If intake needs to be increased, the the hypothalamus will be triggered. The thirst center can also be activated by a dry mouth, whether it's caused by diet, drugs, or even nervousness. This trigger tells the brain that water has been lost. The hypothalamus then signals the kidneys to limit output, while its thirst center initiates the sensation of thirst. We will then have the urge to drink, usually accompanied by the thought or words, "I'm thirsty." With an adequate drink of water, our thirst is satisfied. Have I yet said in this episode that we are fearfully and wonderfully made? I know I say it often. Though carefully monitored, the effects of dehydration can be mild to very serious, even fatal, depending on the severity of the dehydration and the length of time it goes unchecked. Symptoms of mild dehydration include raised body temperature, fatigue, headaches, confusion, nausea, as well as the passing of dark urine. These can most often be corrected by drinking plenty of water throughout the day. You may notice that your urine is darker in the morning after 8 or 10 hours of sleep at night, causing mild dehydration. But this can be normal and easily corrected by a good drink of water first thing in the morning. More severe dehydration can result in more serious health issues, such as low blood pressure, loss of consciousness, severe cramping of the arms, the legs, the stomach, and back, and can even lead to convulsions, heart failure, sunken eyes, and rapid breathing. Severe dehydration of this kind needs immediate medical attention with a saline IV to restore the balance quickly. Mild dehydration from excessive sweating, from strenuous work, or being outside in those extreme temperatures, fever, or illness, such as vomiting or diarrhea, may also benefit from additional fruit intake, such as oranges that are high in potassium, or by consuming an oral rehydration beverage. Unfortunately, the popular electrolyte drinks on the market today are usually so high in sugar that they often can compound the problem while adding an enormous amount of calories, not to mention the artificial colors and flavors that they contain. A better choice might be a more natural option as the ones produced by Redmond Real Salt. Redmond now makes an excellent electrolyte drink powder called Relight, using, of course, Redmond Real Salt. The Relight powder comes in a 13.76 ounce tub with 60 servings, or in a bag of 30 individual serving sticks for on-the-go convenience. When mixed with 16 to 18 ounces of water, the Relight powder provides the ideal ratio of sodium, potassium, chloride, calcium, and magnesium, and other trace minerals. And the good news? It is great tasting with little to zero calories and has absolutely no junk or filler ingredients and no artificial sweeteners, flavors, or colors. Relight comes in a variety of flavors, and you can find them on our website at breadbeckers.com or on the link in today's podcast description. Due to its popularity, some flavors and sizes are temporarily unavailable, but they all taste great, so I'm sure you can find a flavor that you will enjoy. Since we naturally lose water from our bodies daily, it's critical that it gets replaced. So how much water should you drink? A rough guideline you may have all heard is to drink half your body weight in ounces of water per day. For example, a 120-pound person would need to drink 60 ounces of water per day. That averages to about 8 or 10 glasses of water, or about 2 liters per day. Children and older adults are the most prone to dehydration. Children often prefer other drinks instead of water. But if water is offered, instead of fruit juices at an early age, they will become great water drinkers and actually prefer it and ask for it. As we age, our thirst mechanism seems to decrease, causing those of us who are older to have to make more conscious efforts and reminders to drink our water. One trick for me that I know I've shared numerous times is to drink an 8-ounce glass of water first thing in the morning before any other food or beverage is consumed. I call it priming the pump, as it seems to help set our thirst mechanism into gear and helps us to better distinguish between thirst and hunger throughout the day. This first glass of water also seems to thin any morning mucus collected in our throats during our body's nighttime cleansing process. Everyone I have shared this trick with is amazed at how well it works. Another drinking tip I have discovered is to drink a glass of water after every trip to the bathroom. This works in 2 ways to get my needed water in for the day. First, it's a good reminder to drink a glass of water. And second, drinking that glass of water will promote more trips to the bathroom. Therefore, another glass of water is consumed. For me, busyness seems to be my biggest obstacle in staying hydrated. So both of these tricks have worked well for me. I hope you have been inspired by this episode today. The role of water in our bodies is certainly a miracle of God's perfect design. And one of my favorite promises of God in His Word comes from Exodus 23, verse 25. God promises the children of Israel that if they will serve and obey Him, He says, I will bless your bread, and I will bless your water, and I will take sickness from the midst of you. What a powerful promise of God. Thank you for listening to me. I hope you have a glorious, fun-filled summer, and remember to drink more water. Until next time, this is Sue Becker from Bread Beckers with Sue's Healthy Minutes.
Sue's Healthy Minutes podcast has been a presentation by the Bread Beckers Incorporated located in Woodstock, Georgia. For more information, store hours, and learning opportunities, visit breadbeckers.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Make sure to subscribe to this podcast and never miss an episode. Share this with 2 friends who would benefit from this information, and be sure to join us again next week for more of Sue's Healthy Minutes.